Good morning, everyone. I'll just wait another minute or so, just so a few more people can join. But welcome to the CAS 360 Discovery webinar. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. And it looks like, yeah, quite a few people are joining in now. So I should may as well start. So, again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the CAS 360 Discovery webinar. So, my name is Constantine, and I'm one of the business development managers here at BGL. So today I'll be taking through our ASIC corporate compliance and trust management software. So just a little housekeeping before we do start. The webinar is recorded, so everyone's going to receive an email with a link to the recording if you want to share it with any of your colleagues or rewatch it again later. If you do have any questions throughout today's session, we've also got Luca in the chat. So just type in your questions there and he will happily answer them. Um, yeah. So, just a little bit about CAS 360 and BGL. So, BGL has been in the corporate compliance and trust management software space for over 30 years now. So, we are a global product. We're in New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, and recently in the UK. So, CAS has over 1 million companies on the software, 1.1 now, and around 175,000 plus trusts. We're hosted on an AWS ISO 27001. So we are certified and we have nearly 4,000 clients. So some of the key features of CAS 360 that I'll be kind of showcasing today, we've got our smart alerts, our fully integrated trust register, BGL ID, which is our identity verification service, my apologies, our automated SMS and email reminders, streamlined annual review processes, and our purchasable constitution incorporations and reservations. So we also do have a firm verifier, which is coming out soon. It's one of our new products, which I'll kind of go into a bit later, but it kind of ties into the BGL ID with all the AML compliance laws coming into play from July 1st. So Luca will be popping that into the chat. We do have a webinar today. I believe it's at 1 o'clock if you want to attend that. Gives you a little bit more information about how BGL working with you guys to make sure that you guys remain compliant, essentially. So one of the biggest advantages of CAS 360 is how well that it integrates with the rest of your tech stack. So whether it is your practice management solutions, if you're using Carbon, if you're using XPM, your digital signing, if you're using FuseSign, DocuSign, Please Sign, or your legal docs, or any document management tools, these integrations are going to eliminate double handling. They're going to reduce your errors and they're going to save your team hours each week so you can focus less on admin and delivering more value to your clients. So I'll be going through in this demonstration of how we integrate with them and the benefits of that. And but before we kind of do get into the demonstration, what I'd like to do is I'm going to run a quick poll. Let me know in the chat if it doesn't pop up on your screen, but bear with me one moment. I am going to do that now. So the reason why we do run these polls, we've been doing it recently, is just because I can tailor the demonstration to everyone here, get a better understanding of everyone's kind of situation, and I'll also, if you're an existing client and you're looking for, we can pass this information on to the account managers who will contact you, or I'll be contacting you, and we can work out how we can best assist you. So essentially, the first question is, what are you currently using? Are you doing everything manually through the portal? Are you using a different cloud desktop solution, or are you using CAS 360 and you've just come to watch me talk about it again? The second question is, how many companies are you currently managing? The third one, which is a big one, is what's your biggest challenge when managing company changes and documents? So when you're doing your 484s, especially if you're doing it through the portal, is it, time-consuming process? Is it making sure that you're keeping your records up to date? Chasing the signatures. So that's where the digital signing integration will be fantastic. And from the poll so far, it looks like it's the time-consuming process and keeping records up to date, plus chasing signatures as well. Okay, so there's quite a few things. I'll make sure I'm hitting these in the demonstration. And the last one is what is most important to you when choosing your corporate compliance software? So 90, nearly 90% of so far people have said saving time and automation. So yeah, again, yeah, CAS will obviously do that. It will save you even more time if you have those integrations linked in. So I'm going to leave that poll just running in the background whilst I get started with the demonstration. And again, have any questions, just put it in the chat. All right, so I'm going to go here. Now let's move over to CAS 360. So when you do log into CAS 360, this is the home screen. This is what we call the company selection screen. Some people call it the home screen, but this is where you can view all your companies at one glance. So if you have 25 companies or you have 400 companies, they'll all appear here. And what we've done, because obviously there are some larger firms, we've got two search functions. The search function on the right here is at a company level. So if I type in BGL, it'll come up with all your companies under BGL. The one on the top left is a global search. So you'll be able to search for documents, individuals, companies, and trusts, and that lot. So it's just a global kind of search. So CAS 360 is essentially built around our five alerts. All right. So the first alert here, so these are all our alerts, is the annual review alert. Okay. So if you hover over the alert, it provides you a little bit more information, or if you go over this question mark here, again, you get a little bit of breakdown of each alert. So the first alert, when an annual review is received, it's automatically downloaded from ASIC into CAS 360 with the date that it has been received. All right, we try to keep things simple. We've got a traffic light kind of system here. Green means it's been received, yellow upcoming, and red means that the date has passed. So before I go on to the next alert, every alert has its own filter on the left-hand side. And this is where it can become quite powerful, especially if you have a lot of companies. So for an example, I can click on this filter here and filter for upcoming annual reviews. So then you can plan for your month ahead. Obviously, in this case, it is a demo product which I'm showing. So there's only one upcoming annual review, but it just gives you a bit of an example of how that would work. The next alert is this one here, which is the document deadline alert. So it's going to help track documents which are pending signature or like a form 484 when an annual review has been prepared. CAS 360 is going to start that 28-day countdown for your document deadline. All right, so we have automated reminders as well, which will be sent in the background, but this will just help you stay on top of these document deadlines. Again, if you hover over the alert, provides you a little bit more information. It'll let you know when the last reminder was sent to your clients, when the deadline is as well. And this is within the system. If you're utilizing digital signing, you can, yeah, that's when the automated reminders will start kind of working well because we'll be able to know if they've actually signed the documents or not. The next alert is our company debt alert. So this is going to track all your outstanding ASIC debts for all your clients. Okay, so if I hover over this one here, again, provides me with a little bit more information about the company debt. So we run our RA67 daily. All right, so you get the most current up-to-date debt for all your clients. So no more chasing your clients. We'll do it for you through our software, and we're going to try to eliminate those late fees that everyone hates. Your clients hate them, you hate them, and that's why this has been built. So yes, we have the automated reminders being sent in the background, reminding your clients to pay, but you can also send them an ad hoc reminder if you click here via email or SMS. I know a lot of our clients now are utilizing the SMS feature because their clients aren't checking their emails. I know I don't check my personal one, so that would be a good one for me. Again, if you do pay on behalf of your client, we are seeing a trend of a lot of firms doing that nowadays and then adding it onto their own invoice. You have that option here. So if I just click pay now, it takes you straight to AusPost. with your bill pay code pre-filled and your reference number. So everything's ready to go for you there. We have added that in. We've also got here the last time that we've sent the reminder out to the client. Again, you can use the filters on the left-hand side, so you can filter out for companies which are still owing debt. You've got that, the power of the filters, I guess, on the left-hand side. The next alert is our compliance alert. So with the new AML laws and the CDD coming out on July 1st, we've implemented BGL ID within CAS 360, and also the firm verifier, which Luke is going to put through in the chat, so you can know a little bit more about what we're doing to combat the new laws coming through. But we've also added an alert for the compliance. All right, so for an example, this one here will let you know that you need to complete a compliance check. All right. When I go through a company and do a 484, I'll show you a little bit more about that and a little bit more about BGL ID. And the last alert is our director ID alert. All right, so it's again just a place where you can store your director IDs, and you can request them to be, you can send them out to your clients to get the information essentially. Okay, so a little bit more about this page. We've also got these labels section here. So they're free text labels. I can put in whatever I like. So if I want to put Costa, you can add in Melbourne, add in whatever you like, and you can use at the bottom here them as a filter. So for an example, if I want to type in, oh, it's done with that one, Altitas, it will filter out all your companies with that label. Some clients like to use it for mail only. If their clients don't want to get digital signing and they only want it via mail, or you might do it by different jurisdictions, you have the customization to do whatever you like there. You might do it under, um, different employees, for an example. But that we have put that there, as a lot of our clients have requested that. We've also got company registrations here too. I will go through that a bit later on, but that is also there, and your pair agent form. So your popular forms, your 362, 361, RA61, you can do all that at the home screen. So when an annual review has been received, it will appear here and it will come green. Okay, that's how you will know. You can either click on it and click on go to annual reviews, or you can use the left-hand side and click reviews. And this will take you to our annual review screens. You'll have all your pending annual reviews sitting here. You can do that one of two ways. You can do it in bulk or single processing. Before I get to that, we also have a comparison report. For an example, if I click on this one here, it will take you to, that comparison report. So that's going to compare what is in CAS 360 and what's in ASIC. So as you can see here, you've got your incorporation date, which differs from the ASIC database. So you can either click on here and update it or submit the relevant forms. Yeah. So going back to the annual review page, if you were to do them in bulk, you could select all which have passed the comparison report, or you can, sorry, bear with me. Yep. And prepare documents. And it will take you to this screen here. So you can select multiple companies and send your annual reviews in bulk by choosing which documents to include. So you might not want to include the cover letter, or you wanted to change the solvency resolution document from the minutes resolution, you can do that as well. What I will do is I will process one individually, as there are some benefits. So for an example, Mikhail Bridges mid-range fadeaway, if I pair the documents, it will take you to that document production screen. So you will see this screen throughout CAS 360. Again, we try to keep things similar. Again, you've got your cover letter, which this is just the one that we've provided for you. But every document in CAS that isn't an ASIC document is completely customizable. All right, you got your annual company statement, you've got your solvency resolution. You can change it from a minutes to a resolution as well. In this case, Obviously, got multiple signing fields, but you can change that by clicking here, document type. One of the benefits of doing them individually is the fact that you can upload different documents. So if you are charging for annual reviews, you can upload your invoice here. You can also have documents to be flagged before they've been sent off, or you can send the invoice in a separate email. So if that company has a billing contact, you can send it to send it in a different email. With regards to digital signing, these are our providers that we integrate with. We've got Adobe Sign, DocuSign, FuseSign, and PleaseSign. They all will work the same. I'm going to use DocuSign because I think we still have some credits with them. When you do click Send All, it will take you to the screen here. So this is essentially what the client will see. I will send it off to myself so you can see it in real time, but you'll have the merge fields here. So this will just pull all the information straight from CAS and pre-fill it. Again, if you want to add some more wording, you can do that. You can, yeah. So let me just send it off to myself so you can see what it looks like on the client side. And in the meantime, whilst we're waiting for that to come through, I'll show you how we can set up the automated reminders. Again, I do apologize for my internet is a little bit slow today, but the documents have been prepared and been sent out to the client by digital signing. So whilst that's being sent, if I go over to the settings and go to automated reminders, this is where you can essentially customize when your clients will be receiving their automated reminders and how they will receive it. So you've got your ASIC debt reminders here. You can add different times and dates when they will be reminded. You can apply them to different labels, so you can have different companies receive different debt reminder dates. And for document reminders, similar principle. And again, you can apply it to different labels. So now that we've done that, if I come back to my emails, I'll show you what it looks like on the client side. So let me open this up. Oh, yep. So this is what the client will see. They've got their pay now button, so it's an easy way for them to pay their ASIC invoice, and they can review the documents. That pay now button is just going to take them back to that AusPost screen you saw earlier, and the review documents. All they'll need to do is just click the button, takes them to DocuSign, review the documents. Agree. They can review their report pack, or they can just click start and it'll take them straight to the signing field and digitally sign the document. So if you are integrating with one of our document management providers, essentially what will happen is once it comes into CAS 360, it will also get filed away in your document management provider. So it's just, again, reducing that double handling. Your client can also download their own signed copy. So just like that, in a matter of a few clicks, your client has completed their annual review, paid their ASIC fee, and they're ready to go. So essentially what will happen again, once they've signed it, you'll get a notification here that says documents for X have been signed by Y. Okay. In that notifications here, if you are utilizing, our practice management solutions, if you're making your changes in XPM, for an example, it will flow into your notifications and pre-populate your 484s, which I will show you shortly. But before I get into that, if you head over to settings, you can also set up an email reminder for CAS 360. So where this will be beneficial is if you don't want to log in every day, you can set this up to be, let's change it 9 a.m. every morning. You'll get an email for CAS 360 letting you know what you need to do in CAS. So you might not need to log in. this will let you know. I'll turn that off. All right. So with company changes, so when you are doing your 484, again, I'm going to do one manually. So I'll process a manual 484. But if you are utilizing, Carbon XPM as practice management solutions, and you have that integration linked up, after I will show you how it would automatically do all those changes for you. So you're not doing that double handling. But in this case, I'm going to click onto my company. You got your general details page here with all that information. You've got your addresses. So I'm going to do a quick address change. I'm going to do a quick address change. That's me. There we go. And as you can see, I've completed the address change. And on the bottom right-hand side, it does say prepared forms 1. If I head over to offices, I might want to resign Peter. And it goes here, prepare forms 2. So it's doing that consolidated 484 for you. So you don't have to do multiple of them. If you want to add an officer, so let's say we want to add Jesse as a director, it will also populate those forms for him. And this is a great opportunity to show you how BGL works. So if you're adding in a new client into the software, you can request ID verification from either this page or the contacts page. And this is the 3 checks that we have. So our first check is our government ID check. So you got your government ID database, your anti-money laundering database, your global sanctions database. So that's going to be remaining compliant with the AML laws which are coming out. You got your more advanced check, which just includes an adverse news database, and the last one, which includes a biometric scan. Again, the only time I guess that the biometric scan may be, worth it is if you're picking up a client which is interstate. You need to verify they actually are who they say they are. With BGL ID, just so everyone is aware, you can just add them in as a contact. They don't need to be within CAS 360 under the contacts. So if you're doing your individual tax terms for someone, you can also add them in there and complete your ID verification checks. Heading over to the shareholders, this is our shareholder registry. So you've got your different transactions here. You've got your allotments, your share transfer, cancellation of shares, share buybacks. You can click here to view only current shareholders instead of looking at a historical view. And we've got a nice little graph here for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick allotment. So for Volkanovski, you can have them beneficially owned as well. If you toggle this button here, you've got different share types. So if you want to do ordinary shares, or if you want to add your own, you can create your own share type by different share class, amount paid and unpaid. I'm just going to do an ordinary share just because it's easier for me. You can add notes, certificate details. So you can add different unique numbers as well. Okay, so I'm just going to do a basic allotment. And what I've done earlier is I have completed a share transfer. So you can see those documents as well. So I've pre-done that one. Heading over to, before I go to the 484, you've also got a compliance section here, right? So with the AML, CFT, and the CDD requirements, we've implemented this compliance page. So you can go through all of these steps, all right? So the nature of the business relationship, the source of funds, source of wealth. You can do a risk assessment as well. And again, yeah, this is all within CAS 360, and you can download that compliance report. But going back to that 484 that we were talking about, if I click on prepare forms, it takes you back to that document production screen we saw earlier. On the left-hand side here, you've got all your relevant changes, right? You can remove one if you like. Again, you can toggle on and off that cover letter. You've got that 484, a consolidated 484 with every change pre-filled, ready to go. You've got your director's minutes resolutions, minutes or resolution with all the relevant changes. Again, this is just the wording that we provide to you. If you have your own wording that you like to use, that's no problem. The onboarding team can help you set that up. So you can use your own templates. Um, you've got the resignation letter for that director we signed earlier. You got your consent to act for the new director, your allotment journal, everything in the matter of a few clicks, that share transfer journal as well, and the share certificate. I'll leave this here for a few seconds just so you can kind of see what our share certificate looks like. But yeah, again, fully customizable. Um, but again, this is just what we provide to you. The share transfer form also has the two signing fields as well. So from Mr. George Clooney down to Camilo Anthony, this is what that standard share transfer form that we provide. Again, you can add your logos, you can do whatever you like. We leave that all up to you. And then you got your application of shares. Again, you have that upload button, so you can upload your invoice here, and then you can send all through digital signing. Or let's say you might have a situation where your client doesn't want digital signing and they want everything mailed to them. That's no problem. You can click this download all button and print it off and send it out yourself. I won't show you what it looks like on the client side just because we went through that beforehand, but it's a very similar kind of system where it just got the review documents. You can request it to write a smart email with Ronnie. So we'll pick up all the relevant changes that you had oh, made, and it will create the email template for you. So as you can see here, it's got the summary of all the relevant changes and which documents are pending signature and who needs to sign them. Okay, so that is, you're providing an extra level of service to your clients. Bit of a tongue twister, that one. All right, so once you've sent that out, again, obviously it will be in the documents section here for the company, but also it will be in the global documents. All right. I will go back for that XPM integration and carbon, but just so you're aware, you've sent out these documents. They're in each company, but also at the global documents section. When I first came to VGO and I saw the global documents section, I thought seemed a little bit silly, but the power of the global documents and what you're able to do with it is very useful. So for an example, I can come here and use these filters on the left-hand side. So I can filter by electronically signed but not yet lodged. So you need to lodge all these 484s or Form 362s. You can see which documents are due for lodgement within 7 days or any overdue documents, all your ASIC invoices. You've got your filters here as well, your advanced filters. So you can kind of go through all your documents. If you are, now that we've completed the 484, if you are utilizing CAS, your practice management solution integration, you can have it going one or two ways. So let's say for this example, we'll use XPM and we've got it going two ways. So if you make those changes that we did in the 404, we can push that out to XPM. But if you made the changes in XPM, it will flow into CAS. You'll get that notification, as I said before, and click complete changes have been made in XPM, prepare forms. You click prepare forms and it will take you to the multiple changes screen. So I'm going to manually set this up, but just pretend that this was done in XPM. So if we go, you've done an address change for Brunson in XPM. What it's going to do is it will take you here. So you've made that contact address change, and then you've come into CAS, and then it's picked up every single company that Jalen Brunson is a part of. So you're not missing anything, and you can just sit here and click prepare forms and send them off to your client. It's also going to pick up, let's say with that address change, any other contact with that same address change. So for an example, Brunson and Pia share the same contact address change in XPM. It's going to pick up, do you want to also make that change for Pia? Multiple change screen is a very powerful tool. Let's say, for an example, you're in a situation where you need to resign a director for multiple companies. You can go change officer for Brunson, director resign next, and it's going to pick up all the companies again that he's a part of. So it's just making that job a lot easier, making sure you're not missing anything. It can do a variety of different things. In my opinion, the multiple changes is one of the better features of CAS 360 because it will reduce a lot of error if you need to do a business address change or anything like that. So going back to the company screen, we're going to go through company incorporation. So CAS 360 supports company incorporations end to end. All right. So if you could be using our integrated partners, let's say Lightyear Docs or ClearDocs. If you are using them, you can just continue to use them and push the company straight into CAS 360. But what I'll do now is I'll just quickly show you what you could do in CAS. So you could fill out all this information. So your details, addresses, officers, shareholders, and that. And then we will pre-populate your pre-incorporation documents. So your Form 201, application of shares, we've added in the cover letter as well. Again, this is all included in the software, and you can send that off to clients to get signed. Once it comes back, it goes to the post-incorporation documents. So you've got your Form 362, doesn't come with a company constitution, so you can obviously purchase a company constitution and upload it, but everything else is included here. So we do integrate with ACIS, NTAA, Smarter SMSF, ClearDocs, Lightyear Docs. Feel like there might be another one, but you can, yeah, essentially do it as you're doing it with them and push that incorporation data directly back into CAS 360. And then they will show up in the company section. So CAS 360 also manages trusts. Okay. So with the trust, you are not charged for them. This is a complimentary service that we have put into CAS. So yeah, so we essentially look after bare trust, discretionary trust, family trust, hybrid trust, and unit trusts. So if I click on here, I'd just like to go over the unit and discretionary as I feel like they're the most common. Let's go to the discretionary one here. You've got your trust details. You can upload your trust deed. You can go here to relationships. You can add different relationships. And then you got your beneficiaries. I've clicked the wrong trust, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to Andrews. As I said that they are free, but you do have the option, you do have the capability of even doing your distributions. So your discretionary distributions can be done through CAS at no additional cost. You can do it by different currency or different distribution type. So we've got three types. I'm going to add that in, but remove other income. I'm going to just quickly fill this out so you can see what the document will look like. Click save and prepare. And then again, you got your declaration of distribution resolution. Don't know what just happened there, but that is not meant to do that. Bear with me one moment. Let me go back. and redo that. Again, sorry, this is a demo product. So that is why that popped up like that. And then you'll have your distribution of income and the beneficiaries and the signing fields. You've also got your listings of distributions paid here as well. And again, you can upload your own invoice if you do charge for that, or send it all through CAS 360. Going back to the trusts, I'll quickly go over unit trust. Again, same principle. You can upload your trust deed. You got your relationships, and then you got your unit holders. So this is built off the share registry at the company level. So it will again look very familiar. All the transactions are the same. You've got your allotments, your unit transfer, cancellation of shares, share buybacks, return of capital, for an example. I won't show you them just because I showed you them in the 484, but what I will show you is a distribution for the unit trusts. All right, so let's say you want to do ordinary shares by, distribution per unit. You've got $10 franked, 30% tax rate, save and prepared documents. You got your distribution statement here. So you got your franked and unfranked percentage and everything there. And then you got your distribution resolution as well. The listings of distributions paid. So again, this is completely free. You are not being charged for this. This is just complimentary with the trust. Throughout the onboarding, how we import all your trusts is provide you with a spreadsheet for you to fill out, and our onboarding team will import all the trusts for you. So before I kind of go on to how we some more settings, sorry. On the top right hand side, we've got our support and training section. All right. So you've got access to the live support, or you can request a support call. But for an example, if I just type in share buyback, you'll first speak to our CASI bot, which is our AI system, which will recommend some help articles for you. If those help articles don't rectify the issue that you're having, so provide me a little bit of information about what a share buyback is, which I'm sure you all are aware. It'll provide you with that help article. If that does not rectify the issue, you can say no, and you'll be able to speak to someone from the support team in a matter of minutes. Our support team are based in Australia, and they're fantastic. I'll go into how good they are at the end. Again, if you want a support call instead of a live chat, you can do that as well. We also offer a learning channel as well. So you can provide that to any new starters, or you can do it yourself if you like. But that is included in the software. So they can complete their CAS 360 level 1. For an example, if you do have a new starter, it is a handy feature. So let's go back to the slideshow here. So here are some custom success stories that we've had recently. I guess essentially praising how CAS 360 is essentially made their lives easier, and preparing documents. So that's what Stephanie has mentioned. And I guess Laneth was talking about how the SMS automated reminders really help their business, especially with no one checking their emails nowadays. This is from Tester Porter. Essentially, he's praising the integration we have with XPM. That XPM integration or Carbon, whatever practice management solution that you're using, that will save you a lot of time. If you're doing multiple changes throughout multiple companies, you don't have to do it in XPM and then come into CAS and then redo them. You're just doing it once, reducing that time, reducing the errors, and getting it done quickly and efficiently, which is what we all love. And also have the automated reminders. That's what he is praising. And a bit of Nike about this one. Just do it. CAS 360 practically does everything for you. So how BGL is going to help you thrive. So this is also going to go back into that BGL support that we spoke about earlier. They got a 98% customer satisfaction rating. So if you do need assistance, they're there to help you. You're going to have your dedicated onboarding team. So once you're ready to go, we will set you up with your onboarding specialist, and all they need from you is your Edge credentials, and they will import all your companies into CAS um, essentially for you. They'll provide you with a training session as well, so you're ready to go from as soon as everything's been set up, and you know where everything is and how it all works. They'll provide, yeah, you've also got that web training session and the live chat, which I showed you earlier. So with regards to pricing, CAS 360, it is $17 plus GST per company per year. Just so everyone is aware, there is going to be a price increase going up to $19. But yeah, look, we'll get in touch over the coming week. We'll be able to lock in that $19, 19, lock in that $17 for a year. If you do purchase over the next month, and note that they are sold in lots of five. We do have monthly subscriptions available, so some clients like to pay up front, some like to pay monthly. You can do that, and also be at no lock-in contract. So if you are paying monthly, you can cancel at any time.